What up, TikTok? Hey, hope everybody's having a great Friday. Hey, don't let anything that's negative in your life dictate the rest of your life. Does that make sense? Hey, we all go through some hard times. We all go through some emotional stressors, maybe at work, maybe at home, whatever it may be. Don't let that dictate who you are and how you react to the rest of the things that life throws at you. Does that make sense? Like if you're feeling pissed off and angry all morning or all day, you're going to take that energy and you're going to present it to everybody else that surrounds you, your loved ones, your soldiers, whoever it may be. You're going to use that negative energy and it's just going to make everything worse. Try to be positive. Pick something positive in life that's going really well. Use that positive energy and let that dictate the rest of your day. We can harp on the negatives. We can harp on the bad things that are going on in life. It's not going to help us. It's not going to help us move forward. Stay strong, keep pushing, drive on. Happy Friday.
What's up, Trash Talkers? Hitting you up this morning with a special promo on how to dress when you are doing PT in civilians, but you want everybody to know you're an Army. This comes from the Buddy Beckwith fashion design of how to work out. So first, you can notice the RI panties. Not Ranger panties, but Ranger instructor panties. The green socks, the knee brace for the old guys. Don't forget the M frames. Now the shirt, don't wear the Trash Talk shirt while you're running. This is just for the promo. You want to put on like an 80-second shirt or like your favorite airborne shirt so everybody knows that you're a veteran. That's the most important thing. And you start with this stretch. Buddy Beckwith taught me this one. Ready to go.
So, I'm walking out of the gas station and my co-worker, who's an old MP, but we still claim him, and has engaged the man in conversation. Not much for conversation with strangers, but he's got the tab. So, as I walk by, I say airborne, and the man responds with, and I quote, "Hoorah." So, after I instructed my co-worker to slash every single tire before he put the car in gear, I looked for the biggest rock. As I crow hop to throw it through his back window so he can stop posing as one of us, I actually wake up and realize that the man's ignorance had incapacitated me for a moment, and I was daydreaming. I mean, because in that moment you got two options. I chose the third option and said, "Incorrect. That's an incorrect response." And I kept walking. The man said nothing and he pulled away. So you tell me, what is it, a stolen valor thing? No Marine's gonna have an airborne tab, and no paratrooper's gonna say hidden hoorah. So you tell me, stolen valor?
Hey, y'all, I'm going to work. I left you a note on the refrigerator. I love y'all. I'm gonna go.
Hey, go get dressed. Get ready for school.
You're doing great. I was just tooling along.
Shit! Bad guys! Stop!
Let me break it down Barney style.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, Joe, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 98 of the Trash Talk Hour. Shout out to our sponsors, 10th Mountain Whiskey. Go to 10thwhiskey.com, type in VTT and get a discount. Special guest today is Dale from Three Rangers Whiskey. And today I'm joined by Buddy and Nick. How's everybody doing today?
Friggin' awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, where the fuck's JC? I mean,
I don't know.
We bring out a real ranger to talk to a real ranger, and he doesn't even fucking show up.
He was super pumped to come on too, right?
No, yeah, he was. Yeah. He's his son I think his son plays lacrosse or something that's not really hard to do. And he got a college scholarship and
Does JC stand for just canceled?
just canceled. Yep.
Just canceled. I like that, buddy.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. And we're also missing Joe because Joe's out working with our sponsor of our fight show, Fleet Techs.
Making that money, man.
Yeah, making that money.
Proud of you, Joe. Do your thing, brother.
Doing a good job.
Yep. Hey,
Good
so
job, Joe.
as usual, we're gonna kickstart this dumpster fire with another conspiracy. And I was thinking really long and hard about this. I was out with Nick last.
I bet you were.
I was out there. I was
German education system.
that
just
German
was on
education
fire.
system, right? I was
Yeah.
in Texas with Nick. We had an awesome event, fundraiser for the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. So we had a long discussion about this one. Some people might get triggered about this conspiracy. It is what it is. I really don't give a shit, because we're on a podcast and I can technically just say what I want, So today we are going to talk about 9/11. Okay, and everything that surrounds the attacks that happened on 9/11. So I took down some notes, okay, because obviously we're not going to talk about this for an hour. I mean, we probably could, but there are some weird things that surround that entire event, okay? One of them being that there was an insurance policy that was put up on the towers 2 months prior to the event occurring, okay?
They didn't have insurance before that?
No, it was specifically. Thanks for interrupting, buddy. But I was going to get to that point. It was
He's just asking for information. So
buddy, you're going to get
your
your fucking turn. Damn it!
Yeah.
It was specifically geared towards terrorist attacks. Okay, I did not look into this any further or do my research if it's accurate or not. But if it's true, kind of fucking weird, right? Bin Laden's family was flown out of New York a couple days after the attacks occurred. Okay. The way the buildings collapsed. So they've had some engineers and stuff. There's this video that I watched. Some engineers were showing some buildings in third world countries where planes flew into them. All right, these high risers, and they burned for 3 or 4 days and never collapsed. Okay. Now there are supposedly witnesses on the ground that say they saw explosions in the buildings, at the bottom, top, middle, whatever. So I do find it a little weird that these planes flew into the buildings and they created, they just came down like that. I don't know, a little weird in my opinion. That's one of the big ones for me. Building 7 is not really talked about. Apparently, the media released that Building 7 went down, which is right around the corner. And then they never spoke about it again. But when the media talked about it, it hadn't actually occurred yet. So, PSYOP, CIA involved in news networks, all this crazy shit. And apparently there were a bunch of documents in Building 7 that were, extremely important. And we lost all those documents.
It was Hillary's emails.
Probably Hillary's emails. You never know. The plane that flew into the Pentagon, people are like rockets. No, we know people that were there. It was 100% a plane. However, they interviewed the instructor. I think they went to school in Florida or California,
Tampa.
whatever.
Tampa, yeah.
They interviewed the instructor, and the guy that flew the plane into the Pentagon was supposedly not even capable of flying a single-engined aircraft. Now, he was doing all these fucking crazy evasive maneuvers to fly down, and then
he's like a NASCAR driver
to fly down and then fly into the Pentagon. And then, by the way, the only footage that was there, was from a gas station that was facing the Pentagon. And there were agents already outside of that gas station, prior to the plane even flying in there. And then they confiscated the video and that was it. But they interviewed pilots and they were like, that's really, really fucking hard to be able to fly a plane like that into the Pentagon. So those are just a couple of my notes. There's a lot more to it. Personally,
he did it in one try.
He did it in one try. He was good to go.
Didn't have to do a turnaround.
I bring up this other argument. I bring up this other argument that, let's just say we were on one of those planes. I know one of the planes, the passengers actually tried to fight back but they had box cutters. I know every single one of you that is on this panel right now. If we were on the plane and a dude was trying to take it over with box cutters, we would fuck the motherfucker up. So it'd be done. It'd be a done deal. And those things occurred later on, when there was that plane that was flying to Amsterdam, the guy pulled out a knife, and they attacked the guy. Hold up, buddy.
It's real easy not sitting in an airplane to say that you would, if I was there,
would you? So you're telling me you would just stand by and watch and let that unfold?
Well, maybe he was sleeping.
I'm telling you,
he might be sleeping.
His hands were in his pocket. Might be drunk.
Drunk because he's flying, right?
I'm telling you that you're gonna
be drunk because he's flying.
Take back an airplane.
Yeah. So
and take it back an airplane that you don't know. It's easy. Saying,
and buddy, it's going to be your turn. Let me just finish so we can go in order like we always do. We've been doing this for a couple episodes now.
Stop fucking rambling then.
Well, you gotta let me finish and talk about the conspiracy.
Get on with it.
Yeah. So again, that was kind of weird to me, but long story short, I don't think that the government is capable of, because there would have been a lot of people involved, and to keep secrets, like Nick said, Hillary's emails, like everything would get leaked. However, I do think that there was more to it. Like maybe, they did place bombs in the World Trade Center prior, whether it was, whoever, but I think there is a little bit more to it. I think they didn't release everything on what actually occurred. Now, was it Afghanistan, bin Laden, all that good stuff? 100%. I think he orchestrated that attack out of his cave in Afghanistan. I was trying to be a little
Wasn't working out.
Who knows?
At that point.
Because some people say bin Laden's not.
Yeah,
even
he didn't
real,
go to the cave till after the attack day.
He was hiding. Yeah.
Or he was just in Kabul. Like,
he was just hanging out in the fucking house.
So that's my take. We're gonna obviously go around. Dale, you get to be first in the shoot. If you think that everything the way the media reported it transpired just the way it was, and there was no fishiness to it, then hey, good to go. But if you think it was a little weird, some things might be off. Let's get your take.
Well, Dale, feel free to try to hit all fucking 20 points.
Hey, is your fucking name Dale?
All at the same time.
Is your name Dale?
Yeah.
Right.
Jesus, that's Dale. We deal with this every single time. I mean,
it's a dumpster fire. That's the logo. That's the logo. It's a dumpster fire.
Have fun. Good luck.
A lot more to it. The chat says
back
before you go, Dale. The chat says a lot more to it.
Welcome back to the barracks.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of shit that we don't know, because there was, reports of intel saying that there was going to be something happening, and none of that was put out. Now, the whole setting charges prior to total possibility, man. Somebody could have set internal charges so it imploded instead of tipped over or whatever, because those planes did hit the edge and they took out a corner. Physics tells me that motherfucker probably would have fell over, at least angled. And I don't know how strong that fucking steel is, but I'm pretty sure that steel's pretty fucking strong.
It came down,
Yeah,
and not to
it came
interrupt.
straight down.
Yeah, but they show buildings in third world countries that are not built like our fucking buildings, like with our engineering, and they literally burned for days and never collapsed like the World Trade Center. I don't know. Fucking weird.
If you've ever seen Ant-Man, when they exploded that one building, when they detonated that one building, that thing just basically just came right down to the center. So, maybe fucking Ant-Man did it. I don't know.
Good call. Ant-Man. Okay. So Dale's take, little weird, some shit definitely to it. We don't know everything. The chat is saying, let's see, where were the engines? Okay, they talk about that at the Pentagon.
Little bitty pieces.
Yeah.
Little bitty pieces.
When things go boom, buddy, they go away.
They stay together.
A lot more to the story.
Dog.
Yeah, dumpster fire is burning. Anyhow, okay. All right, buddy, it's your turn, man. I'm going to interrupt you like 4 times while you're talking, just for the fuck of it.
Don't go over 20 points. It's like having a fucking argument with one of goddamn girls.
Oh, buddy.
You know what?
Buddy.
I'm mad that you got this.
You picked up on that, right? One of the girls.
At least I got him. Yeah, one of his girls.
And now I got to fucking retort to 20 fucking things all at one time.
Yeah.
First thing,
What's
the difference between a first world building like a World Trade Center and a third world building, Dave?
Brick.
I'll go with fire suppression.
I'd say engineering. Definitely.
Let's go with the fire.
We've been to the Middle East and we've been to different countries. I think our engineering is a lot better. I'm just saying, but yeah. Anyhow, go ahead.
Really, it's not considering that the World Trade Center was built in not anytime recently. So they all have fire suppression systems, which means that thousands and thousands of gallons of waters are pumped up X amount of floors and sprayed all over the place. Well, if a building is burning for hours and you're pumping thousands of gallons of water, that weight is dispersed evenly throughout the entire form. And if you've got superheated fuel and or building that's burning and it's burning up, the windows haven't blown out yet. That means everything is the air that's coming in, because that little hole that the plane made is allowing air to be pulled in. It's just like having a blowtorch sucking in oxygen and heating the steel that made that building. Now add to that the weight that's distributed across the entire floor evenly. And what do you get? You get a building that falls straight down on top of itself.
Christopher Kerber in the chat said that Epstein did it.
Yes.
And then
Maybe.
and then Eric
He was too busy-
Eric
he was
Constant
too
said,
busy-
"We all know JPA jet fuel can't melt steel." Well, yeah, I mean, according to Buddy's theory, that really doesn't matter at this point.
No. You know what
I
else
don't-
can't melt
so-
steel? You know
so
what
the
you
explosions
take-
at the
you take
bottom,
a block
buddy?
of coal,
What
you take
about,
a
like-
block of coal and you stick a block of coal and light it on fire and stick it next to steel? You know what it won't do? It won't fucking burn it.
What about
But
the multiple
if you put
explosions
a
that
whole
were
bunch of
witnessed, though,
blocks of
buddy?
Coal, hold on. If you mean the failure on about every 8th floor? Again, if
Damn,
we
Buddy really did
calculate
some
the
research
amount
on this
of
one, huh? Or you just
Well,
sounding, or you just trying to sound
this
intelligent?
has been a
almost
bearish
like-
conversation for decades.
It's almost like I have gone to a school for engineering, and we may have talked about some explosives and.
That is true.
Were you at SF engineer?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's a Green Beret, Special
Anywho.
Forces.
Yeah, you can make a radio out of a Coke can or something like that. I don't know, but
If you take a piece of coal and just light it on fire, it's not going to do anything. But if you add air to that coal, it's going to raise the temperature to thousands and thousands of degrees. And then you have a blacksmith forge and you can bend and shape and move metal. Weird, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you have a furnace, if you've ever used a furnace before and you just put fire in there and then you open the flue all the way, it's just going to kind of burn. If you close it a little bit more and then open one side of the door so that air can flow through, what do you get? A really hot fire.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I
Because
like
you're
that.
adding air.
It still doesn't
At
explain the fact
speed.
that only one edge of that building was
It
damaged.
wasn't just one edge. The second plane flew directly in, like directly in the side. You could see the frickin' the indent, well, not the indent, but the shape of both wings as it flew in.
Okay, but it still only entered in one side. Right?
The debris came out the other side.
Correct, but
Yeah.
it took
And
out
even if
one
it-
side. So
Yeah,
most
but
of the
even
damage
if it
was
only-
on one side, right?
But that doesn't matter though.
Because
Even